I bring that up because like, what gave you like, how did you give yourself the permission to change, and how did you work through those fears, and why did you think that it was a good thing to change?
Such a great question. Did I change or did I just step into who I am around all people?
Started being more authentic.
Yeah. So, like, did I change or did I just speak the truth that's always been inside me? Like, yes, I have made changes. Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of growth, there's been a lot of changes. But I think one of them is that the authentic me that's always been there is now coming out of me where I used to hide her to fit in with whoever I was with. I mean, I could be a chameleon so easily. I mean, at one point I could fit in when I was in at a manufacturing career for 10 years working in 3D printing and manufacturing, sitting at tables with middle-aged men, and I could chameleon in and I could find a way to hold a conversation and fit into that role. I could be at a festival fitting in with a group of drugged up hippies. I could, travel and meet someone from another country and fit in conversation with them. Like, and I think,
Did you like that about yourself?
yeah. And I still like that about myself, but the change is not censoring who I am when I'm in those groups
Just to fit in.
just to fit in.
So you feel like the person that you've been becoming lately is more your authentic self.
100%.
What, and this is where I want to get, like, what gives you the confidence in that? Because I think that's where it's scary. When you, for me, and for anyone that's done a lot of change in their life, sometimes it can feel like, am I actually being inauthentic to
Well,
change?
yeah,
Like it can feel inauthentic, even though you're just playing with that. Like, is this me or was that me? I lost myself. Who
yeah.
is the real me? And is the person I'm becoming actually me, or am I actually becoming more of a fraud now? And that's just so. I mean, I'm dealing with that all the time with this podcast, and even being on a camera and a microphone. Like, am I supposed to be? Is this me? Is that the guy that I know? Because it doesn't look like the guy that I know. I the guy that I know was afraid of a camera and didn't even like getting his photos taken. So who's this guy? Sometimes it feels like that. And I
Well,
just,
it's the same guy. It's just the guy. It's the version who's not afraid of playing small anymore.
yeah, but what, so I want to ask you, because I'm actually like curious, what about your new version gives you confidence that it's the more authentic part of you, that you're stepping into the more authentic version of you? Like, how do you have confidence in that?
It's a really hard one to answer because I think there are times I've changed so much that I go, where'd you go? Like, really, it's been that drastic over the past, I'd say, 3 years that sometimes it has felt like an identity crisis. But I think that one of the ways that I know that I'm on the right path is I've watched something happen in my life. It feels like I took this trust fall into the unknown where I was like, I'm going to show up a little bit more authentic and see what happens. And I watched some people in my life go, where'd you go? Like, who is this version of you? I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know who it is, and be very disapproving. And then I've watched some people in my life go, there you are. Oh my gosh. Like, you just bloomed, and celebrate it. So, like, I would say that's been more of the outside validation that I'm on the right path. But then I think like there's this also like this inner voice. I think there's been an inner voice inside me for a long time, intuition, God, whatever you want to call it, that's been like, stop playing so small. You can do more. Stop playing so small. You can do more. And stepping into something scary and hard and growing through that, like that feels in alignment for me.
What does that feel like when you're in alignment
It's like a flow state.
in your body?
It's a flow state.
Like inner peace?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not to say I don't doubt it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And because even right now, where I'm at is the messy middle. I have not arrived right now.
Yeah.
Like, especially like,
Neither of us have.
no one has, but like right now is like very particularly messy middle where we're like, you know, we're a year into the podcast. We're shifting what we're doing with like work.
When people say people don't change, I think they're right, because it's really hard to change. And a lot of us struggle to change. So most people don't change. It's easier not to. It's just easier not to. If you grew up watching a certain sports team and you do these activities and you're good at them, it's so easy to just stay there. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you have an inner calling and you really, and that never really was your true authentic self, and you didn't really enjoy those activities, you've just gone along with it because your social circles and the people around you, your friends, your family, have told you that that's the way you are, you might need to change to really find your authentic self. And those are the people that my heart breaks for.
What that looks like, it's those little whispers in your mind keeping you stuck. That's how you, that's like, if you want to identify it in your body or like actually tangibly know what we're talking about, it's those little thoughts that when whispers in your mind that say like, it's not cool to go chase this thing, or
How will they view
doing
me?
that is going to be like committing social suicide, or you'll never make enough money if you go for that dream, or you're not capable of getting that job, or you're not smart enough to pursue this, or your family will think you're crazy if you do that, or your reputation is going to be in the gutter if people find out you do this. Like, it's all those are the blocks. They manifest as whispers telling you, play small, don't expand, stay safe. But they're at the root and the core of all of them, just lies. It's lies we tell ourselves. It's lies that we pick up from outside society.
Yeah, and it's like we can get stuck there. Not this doesn't happen to everyone. This happens to some people where from the get-go, we spend all day from the moment we get up to the moment we go to bed putting energy into things that are solidifying this identity and keeping up this identity that we create. And the question is it the identity that you want? Is it the life that you want? Or is it this identity that other people told you? It's whatever you want. And I think a lot of us just don't from the get-go go like, what do I want to be? Some of us weren't necessarily given the permission. We were impressionable and insecure and maybe just fell into a perception of others and kept up with that. And we kept just keeping up with this perception and this perception and this perception, when really it's just whatever you want to be. And you can change it if you're daring to.